what's wild, man, is I've known you for decades.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And we've sat down.
I knew you 130 pounds ago.
No, you knew me over 300 pounds ago. Crazy, 'cause we had a conversation over 20 years ago, close to 25 years ago. And I had you in the neighborhood. And when we got off air, I remember you spoke with me. You said, Big, you said, how old are you? And I told you my age at the time. And then you were like, man, you said, what about your health? And you said, and I'm like, oh, and I don't know if I was kind of like, oh, did the big boy thing. And then you really got in and you said, what about your heart?
Yeah.
What about your life? It was one of those things where even when we did the weight loss challenge, right?
Yeah.
And we did $1,000 per pound, and I lost 111 pounds, and you kickstarted my health, my journey. If I didn't do something, I felt like I was going to be dead in like a year. You took some time and you spoke to me.
Yeah.
And it changed my life, bro.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't
have my wife. I didn't have my kids. I wasn't going to make it to that.
Yeah.
And you took the time. And even at the time when we did the weight loss challenge, you said, man, I'm going to check in with you every week. And this, that. And I was like, I wasn't even thinking about my health. I was just like, oh, this is great radio.
Yeah.
And I want to have Will Smith every week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I lost 111 pounds, you donated $111,000 to charity. Yeah. Now I'm going to tell you, you checked in every week.
Yeah.
Soon as I would have if I would have did that to somebody else and they would have been like, man, I'm down 5 pounds, I would have been like, that's 5,000. I got to kill him. You know what I'm saying? But you stayed with it. And I'm telling you, man, just as a human being,
thank you,
you changed my life.
Now, let me tell you my side of that. So I've always heard like whispers. Right. So, I'll be in a situation, something's going on, and I'll hear something. And I was like, we're doing an interview and, I heard he's not going to make it. I just said it in that moment, that I wanted you to take on this bet and do it. And it was the only way that I could think. But I got a chill when I was sitting there. And ever since I was a little boy, I always had those moments where you would just something just comes over you so strong and you can't avoid it. And, for me to sit here and look at you now, and that's not easy.
No.
That's not easy what you did.
No.
You did it, kept it off, the amount of changes you had to make to sustain that for decades and not slip back into whatever the emotional habits are. And it's like, to me, like that's the height of humanity for me. Like what we shared in that moment, like that's the highest of what I want to do in this world. So, thank you for taking it on and owning it.
I appreciate you, Will.